You've seen those viral posts? Only smart people understand this. But here's the missing piece most people miss. It's not just about IQ or being book smart. A study by the University of Cambridge found that emotional and social intelligence might be even more important than raw IQ. So, the real question is, what do highly intelligent people actually do differently in everyday life? How do they form habits that others don't? We dug into research to analyze how your habits may be holding you back. You probably do some of these things without realizing it. No one. They question everything. If you think you already know the answer, you'll never find the deeper truth. This means questioning assumptions, digging deeper and asking insightful questions. It's why they excel at finding hidden patterns and connections. Take, for example, Elon Musk. He doesn't accept things at face value. He wanted to see if it would take to build something revolutionary, challenge the status quo, even when others thought his ideas were crazy. That questioning mindset paid off. Today, PayPal processes over 1 billion payments each day. That's because Musk questioned the ordinary. Now, I know it can be scary to challenge the status quo, especially if you're not the boss. But here's the thing. You don't have to wait to make changes. Or what if we try something new? You might be surprised by how much you can learn and accomplish by simply asking. No, too, they read for patterns, not just facts. They read widely and deeply to find connections between different fields like psychology, finance, and daily life. They see the bigger picture and use knowledge from one area to solve problems in another. Imagine you're trying to get a loan. A regular person might just look at their credit score and interest rates, but a high IQ person will think beyond that. They'll consider their debt-to-income ratio, monthly expenses, and long-term financial goals. They'll also read books on personal finance and economic trends to predict how the market might affect their investment strategy. One great example of this habit is Warren Buffett. He became interested in business after reading a book about Benjamin Graham, who was a successful investor. Today, he's considered one of the most successful investors of all time. If you want to build this habit, it's simple. Don't just read for fun or to pass time. Think about how the information you're learning could apply to your life in the future. Look for patterns and connections between different topics and always keep an eye out for new ways to use your knowledge to solve problems. No. 3. They practice delayed gratification. Smart people don't go for instant rewards but focus on long-term goals. They know that sacrificing now leads to better results later. For example, they delay watching Netflix until after finishing work because they understand that their careers will benefit more from extra work hours. They invest in stocks instead of gambling because they see the potential for greater wealth in the long run. Well, according to studies by McKinsey & Company, 91% of top performers have self-control as part of their success profile. In other words, most successful people practice delayed gratification. And the benefits aren't just professional. By focusing on long-term goals, they achieve greater success in multiple areas of their lives, whether it's finances, career, relationships, or personal growth. On the other hand, people who struggle with instant gratification tend to feel less fulfilled and often blame external factors for their failures. If you want to develop this habit, start by setting clear and specific goals. Break them down into smaller steps and create a plan to achieve them. Then reward yourself for sticking to your plan and resisting temptations. Remember, the key to delayed gratification is not depriving yourself of immediate pleasure, but rather choosing to invest in your future happiness and success. No, for they think in probabilities, not absolutes. Rather than thinking in terms of yes or no, smart people see the world in terms of probabilities. They ask themselves, what are the odds? Before making any decision. For example, let's say a friend asks you to lend them $50. An average person might just agree without thinking twice. But a high IQ person will consider the probability of getting that money back. They might ask questions like, can my friend pay me back? Or do they have a history of not paying debts? By thinking in terms of probabilities, they can make better financial decisions and protect themselves against risks. This habit is very useful when it comes to money. Let's imagine you have $1,000 and 3 investment opportunities: stocks, bonds, and real estate. An average person might put all their money into stocks because they have heard that it's a good investment. However, a high IQ person will calculate the probability of each investment opportunity. They might choose to diversify their portfolio by putting $300 into stocks. $300 into bonds, and $400 into real estate. By spreading their money across different investments, they reduce their risk and increase their chances of making a profit. Look at both sides of the equation and consider all possible outcomes. Ask yourself, what are the chances that this will happen? And what am I risking if it doesn't? By doing this, you can make more informed decisions and avoid common pitfalls that others might not see coming. No. 5. They're comfortable with boredom. Here's the paradox. The more choices we have, the more likely we are to feel bored and unsatisfied. Highly intelligent individuals know this and embrace boredom as an opportunity to recharge and reflect. They don't always need to fill every moment with distractions like TV shows or social media. Instead, they find joy in simplicity. They can sit with silence and enjoy the present moment without needing constant stimulation. Studies show that boredom can be beneficial because it pushes us to be creative and seek new experiences. But it's important to note that it's not just about tolerating boredom. It's also about actively choosing to disconnect from distractions and engage in meaningful activities. By embracing boredom, you give yourself space to explore your thoughts, come up with new ideas, and appreciate the world around you. No. 6. They learn from failure. They turn every mistake into a valuable lesson and grow exponentially because of it. They ask themselves, how can I use this experience to improve myself, instead of dwelling on their mistakes? Let's take a look at J.K. Rowling. Before achieving worldwide recognition for Harry Potter, she faced countless rejections from publishers. But rather than giving up, she saw each rejection as an opportunity to learn and refine her writing. Today, her books have sold over 500 million copies worldwide. If you want to build this habit, shift your perspective on failure, see it as a chance to learn and improve. Analyze your mistakes and ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? Use this knowledge to adjust your actions and strive to do better. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to save it and share it with your friends. Till next time.